Well, everybody, it is that time of year again. It's Oscar season. I wanted to get just a couple of my Best Picture nominations, just reviews of some of the Best Picture nominations before the season, before the Oscars or the Academy Awards actually got out there. And before I get into this, I'm going to tell you I have seen 7. I've been very, very fortunate, and especially compared to last year, in seeing the Best Picture nominations. I've seen 7 of them, 7 out of 10. And I'm going to say this again. I think that this year more rightfully deserves 10 nominations, but I still don't agree with the Academy's choice. I think that we're still pushing ahead to years into the future of the film industry where we're going to realize we should really be going back to 5, because now, because of the change in just the change in the film industry. But I want to say something. I saw Tim Houchekete's video about the Oscars, his predictions, and he had a very good point. You can't really compare all these movies because they do have a lot of differences to them. How do you compare something like Toy Story 3 to Inception? How do you compare something like, True Grit to Black Swan? You can in some ways, but this isn't really, I guess, comparison as it is my predictions of what's going to happen. So let's start with it. Okay, first of all, we're going to start with Toy Story 3. Just going to get this right out here. It's not, and this is just stating the obvious, it's not going to win Best Picture. It will very likely win, I think, Best Animated Feature Film, but Best Picture nomination, or Best Picture Award, yeah, right. It was the same thing with Up last year. I think Up got nominated last year. It's probably not. I just think that this is another reason why I think that this should not be 10 nominations this year. I don't think that it's necessary. But you know what? Still, it was a good story, very dramatic, and it was still something worth seeing. Definitely a very good film. And you don't get that very often with, an animated film, let alone the 3rd movie in an animated trilogy. But the thing is, there's very little that's new in this production. Like, I still think that compared to the first film, the first Toy Story film, the animation has not, it's evolved, but it hasn't, pushed the envelope in the way that the first one did. And yeah, you're probably comparing that to the other animated films Disney did before that, but still, I still like the animation feel more in the first one than I did this. So very little that's new in production, but still very heartwarming. Next, we're going to get to The Fighter. I still think that this is probably not, kind of like Toy Story 3, probably not going to be Best Picture or Best Picture Award. I think that it still does sort of deserve to be up here, though. Especially if there is 10 nominations, because it's a very good story, and it's a very kind of dramatic sibling rivalry between these two boxers. And, it's a bio sort of sports movie and a really good cast. I paid attention a little bit to Melissa Leo as the mother. She was good, but it wasn't something that stayed with me. Then I saw all the attention she was getting with the Golden Globes and a lot of the other awards that were going on. And I sort of thought back to it and I said, yeah, she was pretty good. I was checking out some of her other work. And yeah, she is pretty good in this. Like, it is impressive. So I think that she does rightfully deserve it, and I'm sure she will get Best Supporting Actress. So I think that also with Christian Bale, this is gonna go straight into my next Best Picture nomination thing. But I really liked in The King's Speech Jeffrey Rush as Lionel Logue, but I think that Christian Bale is gonna walk away with Best Supporting Actor. I completely forget who won Best Supporting Actor in the Golden Globes, but I think that Christian Bale will be the one to walk away with Best Supporting Actor for The Fighter, because it really was a good performance. And he does a lot of great stuff, but honestly, this was pretty good for him. Okay, obviously, you can predict that I'm going into The King's Speech next. There was a lot of hype long before the Oscars that this was going to be getting some Oscar attention. It was getting a lot of awards in, the Toronto International Film Festival and a lot of other film festivals, and rightfully so. I saw it not too long ago, and it was a very good story. Like, just the analysis of King George And really, the big three main cast members. First of all, Timothy Spall. I know I said this in my review, but Timothy Spall as Winston Churchill. Holy crap. Talk about, just a surprisingly accurate portrayal of the historical character. But the big three, Colin Firth, Helena Bonham Carter. Man, I really don't think that Helena's going to win Best Supporting Actress. But you know what? She still deserves to be on there because dang, is she good. And Geoffrey Rush, like I said, really, I really liked him in The King's Speech, but I think that Christian Bale is going to walk away with Best Supporting Actor. Colin Firth, man, he just really nailed down the character. It's just that all these three characters, these three actors, just play off each other with just such great wit and charm almost every scene that they're in. And just great direction to it. Cinematography was impressive, but there was not a lot of impressive stuff to it. And yes, this is a drama, but there were a lot of scenes where with the setup of the camera angles that I said, that's a bit unconventional, and I like this. It's got a lot of great flexible production value in its camera work and its set design, but at the same time, I think that it really, it didn't I don't think it realized how good it was because there wasn't a lot of it. So I think it's a good contender for Best Picture. I wouldn't be surprised if my prediction for Best Picture, if that didn't get picked, that this wouldn't win. I think that this is probably my my silver medal contender for what I think is going to win Best Picture. Okay, let's get on to one of my favorite films of the year. Not my personal top favorite, but definitely one of my favorites, Black Swan. A little like what I'm going to be mentioning after this one, it's a mind thriller, but what is the Academy what's their sort of structure for the Best Picture of the year? A Best Picture of any year, not just 2010, any year. Usually it's a drama. In fact, it's very often. I can't think of any, movie that is, be it something of a thriller, something of, a character study, a war movie. It always has drama as the biggest, impression that it leaves with you. Something dramatic in everything that in its story, in its performances, and its cast, direction, just scenery, everything, music, whatever. And this is still a drama. Don't get me wrong. This is a drama mind thriller. I would classify it. And some people, I was even reading a review where they called it sort of a psychosexual thriller. Yeah, that's pretty good choice of words, I think, too. It really is a movie that just pulls you right in. It can confuse you, but in a good way. And it intrigues you. It's just something that really, makes you feel for this character, Nina, and a great character study. Awesome camera work. Like, it is brilliant. And just the analyzing sort of this psyche of this character. And I just want to say two things that I think should definitely get the award for Black Swan. Natalie Portman, Best Actress. Yes. If she doesn't get it, I think she got it at the Golden Globes. If she doesn't get it, holy crap. I don't often agree with the Academy, but I will just say I'm going to be very ticked off if the Academy does not give her Best Actress, because she certainly deserves it. And Darren, I always pronounce his name wrong, or Darren Aronofsky, I think that's it, for Best Director. I think that he should win. I don't know if he will win. I really, really think out of the contenders for Best Director that he should win for this, because what he has to work with, it all comes off brilliantly. All right, this is my favorite movie of the year. You're probably not surprised if you've kind of picked up on what my sort of taste of movies are, but this is my favorite movie of the year. It won't get Best Picture, I guarantee it, but I still call it my best favorite movie of the year. Inception. I think you guys are starting to realize, and it's not just because of Batman. Christopher Nolan is really quickly becoming one of my favorite directors of the 21st century, Just everything he has, very mind-bending, just like Black Swan. And, you know, just a lot of great production value. It's just awesome. Brilliant cinematography. It should win Best Cinematography, hands down. I don't know about Best Music, I think, or Best Musical Score. Awesome cast. A lot of newcomers. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Ellen Page. I believe it's Tom Hardy. He was playing, he's going to be playing, Bane in Batman 3. But yeah, just a lot of great newcomers to the I guess the Christopher Nolan style of filmmaking. And I could rant about this all day. And it's probably not going to get Best Picture, but I think that it should still be on this list. It's probably not going to win. But yeah, my favorite movie of the year. And that's just for my liking of films, my favorite movie of the year. Now on to True Grit. I think that True Grit was a short but strong story. The pacing was a little bit dry, so it was a bit slow moving, and the thing is, it wraps up really quickly. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but it was just like, I know what they're going for. I like this, but it wasn't to the point where, and I know it's a remake. I have not seen the original still, but I think that what they were going for, I just think that they knew what they were going for. I was enjoying what they were going for, but they didn't use enough of it. It was something that I wish had gone on a little bit longer. And, I'm saying this over and over again, but just a really great cast. Matt Damon and Jeff Bridges. And by the way, Haley Steinfeld, where did this girl come from? Because she is amazing. I was even looking up afterward, after I saw the movie. Where does this girl come from? Has she been in anything else? And this is like, I think her, if not her first feature film, her first movie in general in Hollywood. She is incredible, and she deserves to be a Best Supporting Actress. And I think that she really has, she has landed on the launch pad. Her first step, she has landed on the launch pad for her career. Okay, before I run out of breath, I'm going to go into what I believe is my pick for what I think is going to win Best Picture of the Year. And I think the Academy Award for Best Picture is going to go to The Social Network. First of all, Jesse Eisenberg will probably get Oscar for the Best Actor. But I think that it's still really good. A great biopic, an awesome cast to it. I don't have a lot of good memory about what the cinematography was like, but I don't think it's going to win. Like, compared to friggin' Inception and Black Swan, it is not going to win Best Cinematography. But yeah, I still think it's a very I guess it is a bit of an unconventional way of telling a story like this. And just a good analysis of the character of Mark Zuckerberg. I know he doesn't agree with some of the stuff that happened with the true story of how Facebook was actually created, but you know what, it is still an exciting movie, and I think that the Academy is going to pick it for Best Picture of the Year.